Chapter 5. Exponents and Powers. Exponents. Let us play a game. A sheet of paper, A4 sheet, is given. Fold the paper as many times as you can. What do you notice? The initial size of rectangular shape decreases as the number of folds increases, but the number of rectangles increases as the number of folds increases. How many rectangles are created? The first fold of the paper creates 2 rectangles. The second fold creates 4 rectangles. The third fold creates 8 rectangles. Tell me, how many rectangles are formed on the fourth fold? Notice that in each fold the number of rectangles is double from the previous number. The answer will be 16. Let us create a table for the pattern that develops. Folds, rectangles, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 8, 4, 16, 5, 32, 6, 64, 7, 128, 8, 256, 9, 512, 10, 1024. If the form AX is used, A represents the base and X the exponent. Then, in this situation, 2 would be our base and the number of folds represented by X. The new table of values would be folds, rectangles, 0, to raise to the power 0, 1, to raise to the power 1, 2, to raise to the power 2, 3, to raise to the power 3, 4, to raise to the power 4, 5, to raise to the power 5, 6, to raise to the power 6, 7, to raise to the power 7, 8, to raise to the power 8, 9, to raise to the power 9, 10, to raise to the power 10. How many rectangles are created after 30 folds? To raise to the power 30 is equal to 1,073,741,824 rectangles. Use calculator. Large numbers can be expressed in short form so that it becomes easier to understand and compare the number quickly. Examples: A. 1 lakh can be expressed as 10 multiply 10 multiply 10 multiply 10 multiply 10 or 10 raised to the power 5. B. 10 crores can be expressed as 10 multiply 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 10 or 10 raised to the power 8. Both the above numbers are large. It takes a little time to compare them. If we write it in an exponential form, we can easily compare that 10 raised to the power 8 is greater than 10 raised to the power 5. Since in both cases the numbers have common base, that is 10, but powers or exponents are different. Exponent is a symbol showing what power a quantity is raised to. Here 10 is the base and 5 and 8 are the powers or exponents. To understand more clearly about base and power, we take some examples as follows. No. Expanded form of a number. Exponential form. Base. Exponent. Value. 1. 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 3. 3 raised to the power 5. 3. 5. 243. 2. 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4. 4 raised to the power 6. 4. 6. 4096. 3. 5 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply 5 multiply 5. 5 raised to the power 7. 5. 7. 78,125. So we have seen a large number 7812 can be expressed in a very short form of 5 raised to the power 7. From the above example we can conclude that if x is a rational number and n is a positive integer, then x multiply x multiply x multiply x n times is equal to x raised to the power n. Here x is the base, the number which is multiplied repeatedly, and n is the power, the number of times it is repeated. X raised to the power n is called the exponential notation. If the base is a negative integer, then the product will either be positive or negative, depending upon whether the exponent is an odd number or even number. Conversion into power notation. Example 1. Express 27 upon 64 into power notation. Solution: 27 upon 64 is equal to 3 multiply 3 multiply 3 upon 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 is equal to 3 upon 4 multiply 3 upon 4 multiply 3 upon 4 is equal to 3 upon 4 raised to the power 3. Laws of exponents. Law 1. A raised to the power b multiply a raised to the power c is equal to a raised to the power b plus c. The base a is common in both the numbers. A has to be a non-zero rational number and b and c are to be positive integers. Here we learnt that if base is same, then powers are added in multiplication of numbers. Example: 4 raised to the power 3 multiply 4 raised to the power 4 is equal to 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 multiply 4 is equal to 4 raised to the power 7. Also, 4 raised to the power 3 multiply 4 raised to the power 4 is equal to 4 raised to the power 3 plus 4 is equal to 4 raised to the power 7.